Hello, everyone. I'm Katie, and welcome to IAmPreeminence. And today I have the amazing Tramaine Yzer with me. Tramaine is very special to me. Tramaine and I have been going to the same church for a few years, and she's always so talented. She's a young business owner. She was born in the beautiful country of Suriname. She migrated here to the States when she was about 16 years old, and it was just uphill from there. She works very hard. She has dreams to become a doctor, and she studied bio, as a lot of us did in college. And, she's passionate for business, and she's passionate about the arts, okay? Now, in 2020, she actually opened an art studio in Brooklyn. Shout out to anybody watching from Brooklyn. And it allows other creatives to come together and just be yourself and create that magic that we all love, that we, get inspiration from. And so she plans to open more of these studios and, in the following years, do bigger and better things. Tramaine, welcome to the platform. So excited.
Thank you. I'm excited.
You're welcome. Oh my goodness. So I'm so happy to see you, as a lot of congregations, we have to take turns going to church sometimes. But a little bit more about you as a Black, beautiful Christian young adult, just explain a little bit more about your journey to get to where you are now.
Yeah, so it's basically a simple story that happened. Most people know that my dad is an artist. He was an art teacher also. And I believe in 2018, he decided to have an art exhibition, and he was looking for venues. And the prices were a bit just to rent the space was crazy. So that kind of discouraged him. But he just did his thing. We found a spot. We had an art exhibition and a paint and sip, it wasn't really sipping, but paint and snacks. So that was a success. But the art exhibition was a bit, here and there. So it was kind of discouraged. And he just out of at the end of the exhibition, he was like, I wish I had a spot to, have my own thing, have any art exhibition happening. And that was stuck with me for a while. And that happened in 2018, I was like, oh, poor dude. I need to do something about this. But that was, sleeping dogs for a while. And then in 2019, a lot of people and business owners were pushing themselves out on social media. Yes. And that's when I followed some business courses and stuff like that. And then I got passionate about, starting my own business. So finally in 2020, speaking of those days, I was saving. I was always taught to save. So I had a lot of savings. I was like, okay, what am I going to do with these savings? Invest in something. So finally in 2020, I invested. I got the spot. I negotiated a hell of a lot just to get it. And it really worked out because 2020 was a pandemic. A lot of businesses went out of business, but that was also the time where you could have negotiate and get a really good price for some a really good price for a spot or a space. And that's what I did. So that was kind of the journey of how I got there. And yeah, it's been a wild ride, but we'll talk more about it. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about the art of saving? Because a lot of young adults, young women and men, honestly, even older adults, don't know how to save. A lot of people, especially of Caribbean descent or South American descent as we are, they may do a partner or a susu or hand or whatever you call it, just a traditional, way to save.
Yeah.
So saving for an item. But could you just explain a little bit more about how you save to be able to get your own art space?
Speaking of partner, yes, that was definitely part of my savings. I've been in partners for years. But besides that, yes, it's a Caribbean mentality. So Caribbeans do know to save, and that's what my mom taught me to do. And even from my first job, like I worked at was it Kmart? I don't know if they're still in business. That was my first job here in the States.
Mhm.
And even from that, like little salary that I used to get, I would like at least put $50 a week. But when I got my first real job as a educational specialist at a nonprofit, that check was good. So I was like, I'll still live with my parents. So why not? I'm not gonna just spend, you know. Half of that check, or probably even more than half of that check, would go into my savings account, and I would act broke, you know. And yeah, so basically that saving helped me to start my business. So I decided to invest in something that would be passionate for me and my family. So yeah, that's the art of saving. Yes.
And then let's talk about your negotiation skills, because this is the first time that you've had to negotiate a deal to get your space. It's also a very big deal because you did this during the middle of the pandemic, and people or business owners were more willing to lease you the space because there wasn't anyone really occupying the spaces.
Exactly.
So let's just talk a little bit about how you went about that whole process. Like, and where did you even, because Brooklyn is like the new Manhattan, okay?
That's so true. That's so true. I reached out to a realtor, and you know, they were all looking, especially like I said, most businesses went out of business, and they were looking for anyone to, like, you know, rent out. But also besides that, this spot that I actually have right now, it hasn't been leased in years apparently, and it wasn't looking the way it's looking right now. So the negotiation went like this. I said, sir, look at this spot. Can I get a couple months off? Like no rent, nothing, just to fix it. He said, sure, if you could get it where it is, of course. And he gave me a couple months off the rent. The negotiation went well. A family member helped me to fix it up. So it's also about who you're working with, who is willing to help you out. So when it comes to negotiating, just ask. It's all about asking, because if you don't ask, it won't get done. You know, what is the least they could say? No. So just ask. It's all about asking. Yeah.
Now, I know that art is really big in your family. It's kind of like a generational thing. And you have been passionate not just to have a space for you. You've created this space for other artists to be able to occupy and showcase their talents. Can you just talk a little bit more about the artists that are involved in your space?
Right, sure. So we partner up with a dance school. The dance school uses the space weekly, like in the evenings from like 5 to 9 or 8, and it's from Mondays to Thursdays, and they're having fun. It's an art school. They actually have work. I don't know if you know the show, not Dance Moms. This other show on Lifetime, it used to be a hit, a cheerleading show, and they really came close to them. Yeah. And so I partner with a dance school. I allow photographers to come in to set up paint and sips ideas is mainly for my dad, his expertise. So it's ready for him when he comes back to the States. And we're willing, or soon we are actually partnering up with artists to, do their exhibitions, which is my dad's dream.
Yeah.
To work with them and have all these exhibitions going on. And that's mainly part of the arts that's happening. Yeah.
And then within your art realm, do you showcase your art, or are you involved in any of the art that's being on display in your studio?
I do not paint. Like, I'm not like the type to say, okay, I'm gonna like paint a couple sample work and then showcase it. I'm not really the artist. That's my dad. But I do what I did the past couple of months that I've been in business. I did host paint and sips, and I was basically the instructor. I have some of the paintings right here, but I didn't sell them. I like them, so I keep them, and whoever likes them, I just give it to them for free. But personally, I'm not really the artist type to say, yes, I'm a host exhibition for myself. No, not really.
I love that. I love it. And so how did you go about finding the artists that occupy your space? A lot of entrepreneurs have been like running Facebook ads, Instagram ads. They may publish an ad in like a print, like the New York Times or Essence, something like that. But how did you go about
finding these people?
Yeah, finding these people or publicizing yourself.
Yeah, so it's basically me reaching out to them. I went on Instagram and I went to the hashtag section, and usually you just, it's since we're in New York, so I just went and looked for a dance trainer, a dance school in New York City, and that's what I put in the hashtag. Same for photography, and that's how you could reach. And I literally inbox them or DM them, as the term is, and that's how I connect. And whoever reaches back out to me, and that's where we collaborate and work together.
And are you doing all of this like from your personal, or your like, do you have like a business account for the studio that you're using to reach out, or you were just reaching out to them from like your personal
No, not personal. I reached out to them through the business account, which is Yzer and the Arts, my last name, and the Arts on Instagram, Facebook. We have a Facebook account. We also have a website where you can check out our page and everything else that's included. And besides that, we also, besides the arts, like in the weekends, if there's time, we do host small events like baby showers, and that's if there is time, and not wild parties or wild events, just calm brunches, dinners, and we allow people to celebrate their accomplishments. We also do pop-up shops, and
Nice. Okay, so it's a free for all space. It's whatever you need it to be used for. Okay, great.
But the focus is the art still.
Right. And then for your space, do you have like a comprehensive plan for each type of gathering that someone may have, or do you create a package for each artist or for whatever they want the space for?
Yeah, so it depends on what they want the space for. We have a different package for if it's like events, like I just mentioned, like the brunch, dinners, and celebrations. That's a total different package. And when it comes to pop-up shops, it's a cheaper rate because the vendors also trying to make money, so I'm not gonna run their money. And then with also the same thing with the artists, like as the if it's the artists that want to showcase their artwork and stuff like that, we're not gonna go hard on them. Everyone is trying to make it out there, so definitely different packages.
Your business concept is so unique because it targets like a niche that is so amazing, but sometimes very competitive. Now, have you found since creating your studio, if there's a lot of competition in regards to other studio owners?
Yes, there definitely is competition. The main focus of this studio was also to do like a paint and sip studio, to host a lot of those, but it's not really happening right now. So it's the niche is kind of turning into events and only like dance and photography. Mm-hmm. But the main focus that we want to like paint events and stuff like that, there is definitely competition out there. And I know one that I went to before. I loved it. I did a paint and sip there. It's very, very famous in New York. I'm not gonna mention it. But yes, there is competition out there. I remember once I drove by on Nostrand Avenue, and I saw one. They were open, and it was the curtain. I was like, oh, they're doing this. But it's good. But I mean, the competition is not bad. Everyone is, for their own. It depends on how you make it comfortable for your guests, or how you make it appealing for those out there to come and visit your location. Yeah.
And in the pandemic is when you really like launched your business. Very brave. First of all, can we talk about faith? Okay.
Right.
Like mustard seed faith here. Hello.
True. It's been. I mean, remember, like New York had shut down, and it's because they weren't hard on event spaces or studios like that, because they know that, okay, only a certain time. I know they went hard on restaurants, so we had to like change our hours here and there, and on the capacity had to be smaller, but it worked out still. It worked out.
Okay, good. And then just tell me a little bit about something that you're working on right now.
Yes, I'm working on the next project. A lot of business owners also are trying to show others there how they accomplish what they accomplished. So what I wanted to do, I'm working on a course to teach others how they could also even start their own physical business, like find a location to set up a business. So I'm working on that too, and that's basically it. It's called Event Space Academy, where you find a location, make it an event space, but not only an event space, but like your passion, use it for, maybe if you're a lawyer, it's like, okay, I'm still have my location, and maybe in the weekends events could be held, small calm events. You don't want wild events to happen. But so I'm creating a course on how to teach others, that people that are very much interested in starting a business, and make a little extra income. So that's a project I'm working on, and also something else I'm working on is to find another location. Maybe I can do a little more negotiating.
Yes.
Finding a second location is also part of my next another project that I'm working on.
You already know, but I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
And so we're still young. We're young ladies in the church. But what is an advice that you would give like your younger self, based on like your experiences thus far? This is not the end for you, but just based on how you even got here, what would you tell the young Tramaine?
I would tell the young Tramaine that no matter the challenges that you will go through, just keep going. Some people won't believe in you, and it really happened. They won't believe in you, and don't let that discourage you. Even those that have been by your side so long, and they're like, "Oh, what project are you starting? What? Oh, it won't work." Don't even be discouraged by it. Just do what you have to do. You know what you want. Stay consistent and get there. Yes, that's what I would tell my younger self. Yes.
Okay, good. What about a young woman or young adult who it seems like they do a lot of things, right? Meaning they may try a lot of new ventures and they feel discouraged. Mm-hmm. What would be your advice to them? Because you have some young adults who may have started a lash business, may have started a hair extension business, may have started a YouTube channel, may have started this, may have started that, but it's like nothing works, or they feel like they're not successful at anything that they do, or everybody's doing something that they want to do. What would be your advice to her or him?
Honestly, that's basically advice to myself, because myself, I remember I tried YouTube. And it probably would have worked out if I was continuing with it, but I had paused and then I started back and then paused again. So, it's not consistent, and that's the key, consistency. If you find something that you really, really like, but you got to be passionate about it. And no matter what, stay consistent. Don't think, they probably not liking my pictures or they're not watching it. Just keep going. And the thing is, you gotta do a lot of collaborations. Collaborations help. If you say I start this and you kind of have the hang of it, and you want a following, or do a giveaway, collaborate with others, so from the people on their platform could see, and you're gonna keep growing and growing. But the key is to stay consistent. That's it. Don't get discouraged. Yeah.
It's hard, but you just got to do the same thing over and over again.
And
what is something that you want to talk about that I didn't ask you?
What does that talk about? I feel like I gave everything. Just definitely anyone that's watching, you could just follow. You can follow my Instagram, and I mean the business Instagram account and the Facebook is basically for the studio, Yzer and the Arts, and the same on Facebook and Instagram. You could check the website out, YzerandTheArts.com. Also, within those accounts, you will see my upcoming projects, and yes, that's definitely it. And guys, as I said, staying consistent, whatever idea you have, and you think but you know that it could work out, just start it and go with it. Stay consistent, and you'll get there. Yes.
And then just give us your location, because we want to know where your studio is for those who are wondering, where is this gorgeous art studio?
Right. Sure. So we're on the busy street of Pitkin Avenue, and 5 Pitkin Avenue. One of the intersections is Mother Gaston Boulevard, and you will find us there.
That is busy. That is Mother Gaston.
Yes. It's a busy street. It's definitely a very busy street. So there's definitely a lot of foot traffic, and people pass by and wonder, what is this place? And no doubt, I know that by summertime, when they pass by, it's gonna be busy. It's gonna be busy. So I'm excited for the summer too. Yes. Yeah.
I'm excited for you, and I'm so proud of you guys. Tramaine's business information, social media, website, company's information will be in the description box below. If you are an artist, you're interested in having a space, whether it's for a birthday party, a baby shower, an engagement party, a surprise party, if you are a dance coach, if you need an art studio, if you're a photographer, if you are an artist in the sense of you draw or you paint, please contact Tramaine so that you would be able to use her space. She is beautiful, smart, and she's so giving. It's ridiculous. You guys, thank you so much for watching Tramaine.
Thank you for having me. This is amazing. I love this.
Thank you. I had so much fun.
Yes. I love your platform too. I love this podcast that you started. That's amazing. I'm proud of you too. Yeah, giving us the chance to, promote ourselves and talk about our businesses. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's been one of my dreams too. And everything that we do, once you elevate someone else, we will get there. Guys, we will get there together. I promise you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please go ahead and check the description box below for Tramaine's information. Once again, this is Tramaine Yzer. She is the owner of an art studio in Brooklyn, New York City. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, take care.